It's time once again for a couple of cold ones with Corey and, well, two special guests. Well, one special guest, one asshole.
Hey, I'm special too, damn it.
Yeah, you are special.
That's what my maker told me.
Well, as you can tell, we got the co-host. The co-host
That's right.
3,000 up here.
That's right, suckers.
3,000.
Co-host 3,000 in your face.
And I'm very honored to have a special guest with us. Oh, don't roll your eyes at me, man. Come on.
Great
He is so full of shit. Isn't
I'm
he?
not full of shit. I was flattered that you asked to be a guest. I'm here with the camera phone cop.
Yes.
And I'm not going to do anything. We call him the camera phone cop because that is what he is.
Damn pig.
Camera phone here. He worked.
Thought I smelled bacon.
Oh, I smell pork
Nice
up in
thing
this.
is, I'll never have to let 3,000 in to see another movie.
You won't.
Oh,
You should
don't worry,
arrest
you
him
won't-
right
you
now.
never find me.
Yeah,
And then
he-
more than you know.
Yeah, you should report him. He downloads. He's a pirate.
I do what I,
I
want.
can't let him in. You know, he's probably got some sort of cybernetic camera.
I got more than that.
Shit'll be
brother.
on the internet before it finishes in
I'm
the
packing
theater.
my butterfly knife in case I run into you.
See. Now just get used to this because there's no containing him. All right.
That's right, punk.
Now, the reason why we call you the camera phone cop is because you go to the screenings with us, and at the screenings, you're the one. Now, I don't know how many people have gone to a public screening or a press screening, but at these screenings, at least for the high-profile films and some of the smaller ones, you are the security, and what you are doing is you are making sure that there is no piracy going on. In fact, you got your night goggles, night vision going on to make sure that there's no camera phones,
Get your utility belt.
Dressed like Batman. Yeah, he's the original Batman. You look for what do you look for? You look for camera phones. You look for cell phones. What else do you look for?
Any digital recording device, any
Look for
audio recorder, video recorder, pictures, things of that nature. Anything that could assist in, shall we say, a copyright infringement.
Yeah, like double D breast. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure you look for that too,
I know,
right?
Come on, man. Now, to be honest, in the dark, do you see some fine ass girl and you see her cleavage hanging out? You're like,
Do you go to the same screenings I go to?
man, come on now. You know that-
There's only a couple of theaters where that's a possibility of happening. In the majority of the theaters we go to, that's
Like
I mean,
patting
yeah.
down your mom. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
So I mean, come on now. The regular's not so hot, but sometimes they get those college screenings and
Those are fun.
yeah, those hot
You
girls show
go
up.
Dolby Mall and do a screening there. I've done several there, and you've got 250, and it's pretty evenly split between the
Guys and girls?
hipsters and the co-eds. you
Just
know?
let everyone know Dobie Mall, the theater there, that's located on campus.
Yeah, exactly. So
A lot
hey,
of college hotties.
yeah, boy, I know.
Hottest girls in the world, apparently.
Haven't I seen you hanging out at that mall?
No, you didn't see anything.
No, he's hanging out at the playground.
know
At
nothing.
at the comic book shop there, right?
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
I'll tell you something, man. They would get by on me. You don't want to give me no night vision goggles on the screening because I'll be looking at the oldest, ugliest chick in there. As long as she got breasts, I'm
They look all green. It takes any sexual innuendo out of it.
looking at a bunch of Kermit the Frogs.
Exactly.
No, that's funny. So even audio is forbidden. Now, how do you look for audio recording equipment?
It's more difficult, obviously. You're looking for anything flashing. If somebody's going to record audio, though, it's not going to be in their pocket because what would be the point of the muffled audio? So you're going to see it when you check in row by row and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Now I volunteered to do this, and now I'm sitting here wondering, shit. Is everything I'm looking for being out there a good thing?
Yeah, right.
I'm not real sure about that.
See, look, you finding something, you discovering things about yourself while you're here. That is what we are here
Hey,
for.
I got to ask you, how often do you actually catch people recording stuff in the theater?
Actually, Austin's a real good market. It doesn't happen very often. Though one time, it's kind of a funny story. The one time we did catch someone, it was like a little kid, 14, 15-year-old kid took a picture of Jessica Simpson playing Daisy Duke in the Dukes of Hazzard.
I
man.
can't blame him.
Come
Yeah.
on, man. You got to give him that. He's 14. He's taking that home.
You know what's funny about that is that even taking a still picture is considered piracy, and you can go to jail for it.
Mm-hmm.
But on a military post, I don't know if any of you guys listening out there were in the military, but it doesn't pay to be a fuck up when your father or mother's in the military. Because not only do you get screwed up, but they get fucked up.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So like the MPs come and they called his staff sergeant to come pick up his son, and obviously we're not going to follow up and see what happened. You know, we didn't follow up to see what happened to the kid. But basically, the kid took a picture and it could have cost his dad a stripe or some shit.
I'm telling you, this kid got his ass beat.
Yeah.
I mean, just so he can
that's
just
why you
jack
don't
off
have to worry about. Yeah, exactly.
He's on the front lines right now. That poor little kid. All I did was take a picture.
Yeah.
All I did was take a picture.
He's now at the United States Military Academy at West Point.
Get your ass out of here. No, that's amazing. And I'm not even making a joke here. That is amazing that the piracy is taken so seriously right now that taking a picture of Jessica Simpson can actually ruin your parents' military career. I'll give them a blotchy record.
Right. Yeah. And it's just kind of it's the result of being in the military. If you're in the military, don't raise hooligans. I'm against hooligan children to begin with.
Because you got some kids of your own.
I've got a daughter of my own.
So you just have a daughter.
Correct. Just
She's man. I met her.
daughter.
She's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't impress me as a hooligan, man. You must whoop her ass or something. You must get her in line.
I try to.
Like she's scared of you when I walked in.
Well, I'm more scared that she's a girl and she's 9, and you know I've been reading the papers. That's scary.
Oh, and you know what? And you're a guy, and you know how you were towards girls when you were a teenager. And I hear all fathers say that.
I'll have you know right now, she started judo at 4.
Really?
Dang.
Yeah.
Little crime fighter, huh?
I know, yeah. No wonder she gave me that kung fu grip when I shook her hand at the theater. I was like, God damn.
Well,
No,
Corey, how can somebody look at you and not think of you as a criminal?
Oh, fuck you.
Come on.
Shut up. I'm not asking you
It's a good
questions.
kid you're raising there.
So no, I like that attitude. No hooligans. You want to jack off to what was it? Jessica Simpson. Look for a magazine picture.
There you
Don't
go.
come in and take pictures in the theater. He
Well,
deserves it.
And that kid's no different than 11 billion other people that I run into. You know, I said, you know, the eye candy is much better at a college screening.
Yeah.
But it's also a hell of a lot bigger pain in the ass when you're screening as well. Because every person in college has a cell phone. And it used to be girls text messaging each other. Now it's guys and girls.
Yeah.
It's unisex texting. And the fact of the matter is they don't understand it. Turn your phone off doesn't mean turn it silent, make it vibrate. Oh, I can still text. It's like, no, if I see your phone on, you got to go because you could have a camera on.
I've seen you do that.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen you take somebody out.
And guys, just to let you know, texting, if you're a guy, it's still gay. All right? So don't do it.
Oh, please.
Don't do it.
Unless it's to your wife.
Be a man.
There
Write a
you go,
letter.
yeah.
Write a
See?
letter and be a man. What happened to pencil and paper?
By the way, camera phone, check your phone. I just sent you a message, by the way. I'm glad you're here. What are you up to?
What are you doing? I'm sitting right next
Well,
to you,
here, let me
dumbass.
reply. Hold on.
Fuck F you.
Thanks for having me, Corey. Oh, shit, I misspelled it. Who cares?
BTW.
So I got a
you.
question. I got a question for the cop here, the internet looking
Police.
for cell phone police. Yeah. Is bootlegging a movie just as bad as beating up an old lady and shooting her with a Glock?
If I'm working the movie, it absolutely is.
It is.
That's what he
Okay.
gets paid to do. That means that's his career. That's his job. And it's like, hey,
Yeah.
You
I don't wanna
you've seen
lose these
that?
contracts.
You've seen that commercial, right? The old lady's getting beat down.
Is that a real
she gets
commercial?
stabbed. Yeah,
I saw them making fun of that on the Boondocks. I didn't know that was an actual commercial.
It is. I think it is. You see this old lady getting beat down. I hope it is. that was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Great ad campaign. Great ad
Maybe
campaign.
it was the Boondocks.
Look, I'm not gonna ruin it for you.
Wow.
Yes, I mean, I know that's what you're here to enforce. That yes, co-host, it is worse than beating up an old lady. If
All right.
If you videotape a movie without asking, you're doing piracy, that you might as well just shoot an old lady in the head.
That's right.
All right. Well,
Damn, come on, man. What kind of
Sorry.
stupid ass question
sorry,
is that?
old ladies.
Where are your morals, huh?
Forgiveness, please.
You hate old people. I know. I knew this. So
They're old.
So tell me, what is the you know what? Damn, co-host, ask me another question. I'm just open the door, man. It's hot in here.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That Texas
But please,
summertime.
please
is
leave
hot.
on all your
I
clothes.
thought it was me overheating over here, suffering.
Corey, I mean it. Leave on all your clothes. Corey,
Yeah. Corey's so sweaty, I thought he peed his pants, but well,
When I say keep
maybe
talking,
he
man,
did.
I didn't mean
Anyway.
for you to go in that direction.
Oh, let me ask you another question. How many celebrities have you caught in the theater bootlegging their own movie? Huh?
the celebrity screenings are always fun because you've got to be clicking your heels because they've got all the studio reps there and they're making sure you're dotting your I's across your T's,
Right.
crossing your I's, dotting your T's.
Well, I figured some
whatever.
some celebrities would be so pompous that they just like, hey, I'll do whatever I want as far as taking out my cell phone,
No.
making business agreements on the phone while their movie's playing. You know,
usually,
business.
I haven't really met but one group of celebrities that actually stayed. They came for the intro, hung out, and then that's not true. I've seen a couple of folks, but they weren't real celebrities. That Iraq picture that came out, they premiered it at Paramount.
The Stop Loss.
Stop Loss. Thank
Yeah.
you. The director actually stayed the whole movie, checking it out, listening to the reaction. And then the other group was Broken Lizard.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
guys are a trip. I
Oh,
swear
man.
to God,
I
they
bet.
walk around
Yeah.
drunk all the time.
I bet they're great. I bet they're hilarious.
Yeah, I'm sure they're really fun to hang out with, but just sitting through some of their movies can be torturous.
Yeah. Dude, I would love to, that would be a good group of people. Not that you're not enough, Corey, but that would be a great group to do a couple of cold ones with.
There you go.
No, I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm better than
Troopers,
Broken
yeah.
Lizard. Super Troopers.
Super Troopers
was
is
fun.
by far still my
Yeah.
favorite comedy.
Let's just say the Broken
yeah.
Lizard guys. They did Super Troopers, Club Dread,
Club Dread.
Beer
That was
Fest.
all right.
Beer Fest. I didn't see
Beer
Beer
Fest.
Dread. I didn't see Beer Fest, but they one of the guys, the Indian, directed Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which I know you probably like, right? You say.
It was all right.
I mean, we had that discussion. You like?
I still haven't seen it.
It was all right.
I can't take that movie, but no, hey, they seem like a great group of guys, man. Now, speaking of celebrities, you see probably a lot of celebrities because you also you pull security at the Alamo Drafthouse. And the Alamo Drafthouse, they have a bunch of special screenings. And for those of you who don't know, Alamo Drafthouse is the famous place in Austin where you can drink and get food and watch a movie. Do
Real
a bunch
food,
of special
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, real food, burgers and shit. Not that old orange ass fluorescent nacho shit.
Though there is something to be said about that fluorescent nacho shit,
Man, let me tell you
It's easy
something.
to solve crimes.
A lot of people have asked me when I was at Comic-Con. A lot of people asked me because I mentioned something. I said I spent a lot of time on the toilet, and I wasn't lying either. I got so hungry because I was working the place, and I had to stay in a room all day covering a panel, and I broke down and got hungry. So I got some nachos, extra jalapenos, because I thought that would be some more nourishment or something. I'd get my vitamin C out of that or something. It's
or at least it would help dissolve the cheese once it hits your bowels.
No, it's worse, man. I was thinking, well, jalapenos are something of a fruit or vegetable. I'll take that. But, man, I must have spent like a good 4 hours walking back and forth to the toilet shitting.
Yelling, come
for
on, ice cream.
Man, were you typing on your blogs while you were crapping?
I was. I tried to go to a party that Leon was at, and I walked downstairs and walked my ass right back around those stairs. I had my towel over my head like I was a boxer.
It's funny, Corey. I thought your blog stunk, but hey.
He'll be here all week, folks.
But at the Alamo they got real food. They got the hamburgers, the pizza, the
Pizzas.
sandwiches. They have salads that are really good, and then the beer selection is pretty good too. A little overpriced for all that shit, if you ask me.
Well, but if you think about it, though, it's still actually cheaper than going to the movies and getting $5 popcorn. You can
Man,
get a $6
$20
hamburger.
popcorn.
That's true.
That's still. I'd much rather pay $6-7 for a burger than $5 for a thing of popcorn.
Exactly, a large Coke, and I'm not even joking. A large Coke. Let's just bump it up. It's $5, man. It's $4.75. $5 for a fucking Coke at the theater.
That's right.
You believe that shit? So, but you work there sometimes, and at the Alamo, and so I imagine you see a lot of celebrities going in
There and when the Austin Film Festival rolls around and South by
Film
Festival do stuff at the Paramount, they'll usually have a lot of folks in as well.
All right, who's the biggest asshole you've ever met?
That's what I was going to ask. Come on, you can say.
Come on, spit it out.
Trying to think.
All right, has everybody been pretty cool? Because
The thing is I don't really interact with them a whole lot. I kind of see them. They kind of walk in, acknowledge me, and then move on about their business because they don't know me. They don't want to know me.
You seen any of them act like inappropriate to their fans? Like, fan trying to get an autograph and the director goes, "Get the hell out of my face, you nerd."
I wish I could. I wish I could drop
Damn.
a dime on someone, but I've never seen it.
I have to say that
My job's obviously very boring.
no, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get some
Get the
dirty
hell
out. You don't look at breasts with your night vision goggles. You don't know an asshole celebrity. What the fuck are you doing here?
Invited
Get
this
outta
man
here.
in my house.
Exactly. Get out of here. Co-host, what are you doing? I'll talk to you. No,
Make up some stories.
I have to say, in all my years of doing interviews with celebrities, I really have not met one real asshole. Not one. I
No.
mean, even Go ahead.
The people that handle them can be.
Oh man, Jesus!
The story, eh?
I've even got a story about Corey demanding makeup for television or something.
Oh, I knew it.
Everybody knows that story. I told you that. The
No,
whole,
what were you asking for?
Man,
Mascara?
everybody
What
know.
was
Yeah,
Lipstick?
lipstick. I want to look pretty. No,
Ready
it was
for my close-up?
It was for
Pretty.
semi-pro,
So pretty.
man. For semi-pro, everybody's heard this, but I'll tell you
Yeah,
why.
okay,
we're here.
tell me.
I'll tell it real quick. If it was for semi-pro, interviewing Will Ferrell, go in, sit down, and the guy comes over and he's like, "Oh, you're a little bit, you're a little shiny. I got to put a little powder on your forehead, on your face. I'm like, okay.
So he's got these tan blotches on. No.
Yeah, exactly. Sitting up there looking like I'm a Victorian queen or something, a little rouge.
Was he trying to paint you white the whole time, Corey? Did he come over with a paintbrush?
Put a wig on
white.
Mr. Farrell would not like to meet with any
wig.
African Americans today. Purely white reporters.
Yeah, didn't we tell you celebrities are terrified of the African American descent?
Will Ferrell is scared of black people. Offset, so we really need to get you.
You look like the Joker.
Yeah, exactly. Came in there with some spray paint, my hair green and shit. Yeah. No, man. So I go in there and I'm thinking, okay, it's cool. I didn't ask for this. The interview goes well. In fact, Will Ferrell is nice, and I heard he was actually complimentary when I left. He's like, that guy is actually one of the coolest people that that interviewed me. He's actually real nice. But I get out in the hallway, and one of the marketing people is telling me, Corey, man, you're fucking killing me here, man. You're killing me, man. You're killing me. I'm like, what? I said, what did I do, man? And he's like, and the guy who's telling me this is actually a real cool guy. He's the one that got jumped on. He's like, dude, you sitting down asking for fucking makeup, man. What are you doing? I mean, I let you in late. You come in here and you just can't go demanding stuff like it's like. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a nice guy. He's like, I said, look, I just sat down and a guy put makeup on me. That's all I did. And I was kind of mad. My feelings were hurt. I was like, man, you know what? Forget it.
Wait a minute. Yes. So Corey has feelings?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my black heart, my soulless heart.
Damn.
I sent emails. I was like, something.
Once again, Corey, the black man's always getting accused of something.
I know. You would have swore I took his wallet or something. That's what they said next. Mr. Farrell's missing his wallet. Don't leave the building.
Yeah. You don't pay to be black.
And this is the first time Corey actually wasn't doing something at the time.
Look at this. Everybody's a comedian over here. This fucking guy. I invite him in here in the studio and he does this. But no, he's right. So that was, and it turns out that the guy who was yelling at him was Will Ferrell's PR guy. Now, Will Ferrell's being nice. His PR guy is sitting up there just throwing his weight around because he can. It was not a big deal.
So did he believe you?
The guy I was talking to, he believed me. He's like, look, man, I'm sorry. That's what his PR guy told me. And he's like, and he's been jumping on me all day. He's like, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. Because I was huffing and puffing. Like, well, I'll never do an interview with you again.
Look, it's not my fault. The guy came in and started making me look all pretty. I started having flashbacks.
But no, that's the story, man. So it worked out.
That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
So you're right. It's good that you notice that PR people are assholes sometimes. Man.
Yeah, I mean,
they're the ones who come in demanding stuff.
Correct, and it's interesting because I have to be political and handle them. It's like the reps that for those that don't go to these screenings, the studio always assigns a local rep as well, and our job is to make sure that person's happy. You know, and actually all the reps here in Austin are really pretty cool. Whatever the orders of the day are, whether it's night vision or just bag checks or whatever it is, they seem all pretty laid back now that we've gotten to know them all. But they could make life pretty miserable if not.
No, I can understand that completely. I'm glad I have you here, though, because I think right now, as we do, you have a different viewing experience with movies more than the average person. In fact, your experience with movies is probably it's way different than ours because we go see a movie. We see more movies than the average person. That goes without saying. However, you see movies about 4 or 5 times and within a span of 2 or 3 weeks.
And never the movies I want to see 4 or 5 times.
So Rambo, because I remember that night, you remember we were going to the park, like me and Leon were leaving, and you're like, let's go see Rambo. And I was like, yeah. And you said, I could watch this about 6 more times.
Great Corey story. He didn't, he recorded with Carlisle, and Carlisle's the one who'd seen the movie. Corey hadn't really seen it. And so he went back, and, Corey makes his living by reviewing movies. And so he keeps somewhat of a disinterested...
if you call that a living, by the way.
Well, yeah. Seeing where he lives, that's a stretch.
Shimmy shack.
With all the bamboo on the walls. What is this?
Hell with you. Shut up.
Anyway, Corey, we're sitting in there watching it. And for those of you who've seen Rambo, you've seen it, right, co-host?
Of course. I watch it every day. Bright and early in the morning.
When John Rambo pulls his bow back and puts an arrow in the face of the bald-headed mercenary who's trying to run and says, live for nothing, or live for something, or die for nothing. And
live free, die hard?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, Corey's supposed to stay disinterested, be able to review these movies. He sits up straight in his chair and goes, bitch! I mean, in front of the whole theater and everything. I mean, the dude got bitched. If you've seen the movie, he got bitch slapped back in the next week. But it was so funny to see somebody who's generally has that distance from watching a movie to just get so wrapped up in. And when he came out, I just looked at him and said, "That's what I'm talking about. That's why
that
this
was
movie
it.
is so
That's
awesome."
why that movie rocks.
And you know something? That was a bitch moment because and everybody in the theater knew it because when I said that, everybody was thinking the same thing because everybody was like,
Everybody
"That's right."
cheered.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody cheered.
I
That's
couldn't
no
help it, man,
bullshit.
because that asshole had been asking for it through the whole movie.
Yeah, he
and you
was.
wait for that moment for him to get his ass whooped. And,
Yeah,
and Stallone,
sitting there
Rambo,
bad
yeah.
mouthing
Oh.
Rambo, and you're just sitting there going, "Dude." When you see him on the boat and he's just calling him Boatman and just punking him and stuff, and you're just waiting for Rambo
Exactly.
just to like tear his ass out.
And he does, and that's one of the. You're lucky I was there because I think watching that movie here, I was screaming "kill" the last 40 minutes. Kill, 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 kill.
Nah,
Keep
man.
killing.
That was my bonding moment with the camera phone cop here because he was on his way home.
Yeah.
And he saw us walking out and he's like, "You guys ain't seen Rambo?" He's like, "Come on, let's go in and see
hell
it
is
again."
wrong with
Yeah,
you?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. That's
just
what-
got done with the screening.
Yeah.
Rambo had just started, and to be fair, we missed like the first 5 minutes, which to me is very important in that
Yeah.
movie because it makes you really, really hate the
Yeah.
terrorists, Myanmar soldiers,
bad
whatever.
dudes.
I mean, you're watching this going, you just get this visceral reaction of, okay, every one of these fuckers really needs to die a horrible
yeah.
death.
Yeah.
And they
Torn
caught
apart.
they caught a part of that, and if you watch the first 5 or 10 minutes, you get twice of that.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
twice the amount.
And see, I still have yet to see that 5 minutes, but when you told me that, I was like, Jesus Christ, there's more? Is that more than what we saw?
Yeah, you hate them twice as much.
It's like people on the
Damn.
site were begging me to see that movie. I was like, I plan on seeing it. Don't worry. And once I did,
And sure enough,
holy
you knew the gospel.
Jesus,
The
Yes.
gospel of
I was
Rambo.
ready to kill after that movie.
It's been on the HBO rotation, so it's now on all my DVRs at home. I go to sleep to that movie sometimes.
Damn, don't let nobody piss you off. Are you sure you can handle this job? You're not gonna go Rambo on somebody? Now,
The only people I'm going to go Rambo on are the first 20 people who are at every single screening I go to.
see, people, he's telling you something. We got regulars who
Yes,
go. They
yes.
camp out for every movie that's free.
And they still don't know the damn rules.
Are those the quote unquote prize
Prize
whores?
horse?
Prize horse.
Okay, I would dare say that some of them are prize horse and some of them aren't.
Some of them are fairly cool individuals, and
Right.
they figure it out to where they get there. But there are some that are just assholes.
Well, I figure that they're there at the theater so often that it almost becomes like their second home, where they feel like they
Well,
have like
I
some kind of like just no rules apply to them.
Yeah, I
Because they're
generally
constantly
report to a movie. We generally report an hour and a half before the movie is supposed to start to check on the film, unlock it, things like that, to get it to the crew, the theater staff, so they can build it. And without fail, if it's a promotional screening, I know who the first 10 to 20 people are going to be in line. Without fail.
Okay, I got a question for you then. I want to get back to this whole movie watching thing about 5 times or whatnot, but I'm not going to name any names, anything like that. There are certain people who show up disabled, and there's been rumors that they aren't. Do you know anything about that? Or is this just people trying to backstab this woman to get her out?
I have my own suspicions.
Okay,
I'll
that's
leave it
enough
at
said.
that.
No comment.
I don't know that is without merit, but I can't confirm that it does have merit.
That's enough for me. She ain't crippled. That bitch ain't crippled.
No, the ones that really irritate me are the ones that come in, and again, I'm going to leave this as bland as possible, but they like to go sit in the handicap seats down in front, which is cool. If I go into a movie, no seats are open, I'm going to sit there because damn near right in the middle of the auditorium.
Exactly.
But we've told this person multiple times, somebody shows up in a wheelchair,
Gotta go.
you got to go.
Get your ass up, sucker.
And sure enough, they finally got caught one time. Somebody comes rolling up in a chair, and they're friends with him who's not in a chair, so he needs a seat. He says, "I want those," and he's got every right to them.
Yeah.
And she and her family threw a fit. Well, I was here before them. Why did I get? And the thing is it happened at a theater that actually has like tabards or something that sit over the chair, basically, that say these are reserved until after the movie starts.
Is that at the AMC?
Yes.
Yes.
That one. And so I said, not only have I told you this, but it's marked on the chairs, and that's theater policy.
Yeah.
And she was livid. They couldn't sit together. Then they couldn't get good seats because the theater was almost full at that point. It's like, sorry, you don't get a choice in the matter. But
thought I was
that
a
is
jerk.
the worst part. You have co-host. I want
Yeah.
you to know
Tell
you
me.
can be an ass.
Yeah.
But you have nothing on some of these people.
Oh yeah,
You've
I'm
never
not beating up people in wheelchairs.
you've never
private
seen
people in wheelchairs.
You've never seen what people will do for a free movie.
It's and it's
That's
funny
scary.
because these people are at a free movie and they seem to have this sense of privilege when they come in.
Well, and the thing is, they all forget that these screenings 9 times out of 10 are for the press. If nobody else showed up, they would still do them because the press is going to come in, review their movie, hopefully give it a good review. Mm-hmm. If it weren't for the press, there wouldn't be a third of the screenings we have now.
Yeah.
But they'll come in, and people will show up at 7:15 for a 7:30 summer blockbuster, and then get pissed that they didn't get in. It's
like the Room?
why'd they give me this ticket then? And it's like, can you read your ticket, sir, please?
Oh, I've seen that several times.
All you folks listening out there, read your damn promo tickets.
Read, what's that?
Ticket does not guarantee admission. It says it on every one of them.
It does
Yes.
not get it.
No, it's funny, man, because I see that. I've seen that ever since I started doing this. I mean, you look for all the detail on the back because you want to make sure you get in. You should be nervous about that. And people take for granted, I'll be able to get a seat. Don't
I've
worry
got
about it.
people who line up for screenings, especially if it's big movies, 2.5 to 3 hours before the movie's going to start.
See, and that's what you're up against. For
Yeah.
these big
And don't you
movies.
get super pissed when you know it's for a horrible movie that no one is going to see?
I laugh at them. But this is something Corey and I were talking about earlier, though. There are very few movies. There's only ever been one movie that, had I paid for it, I would have asked for my money back. Only one.
Oh, as
Yeah.
a Love Guru?
No.
it? No, hadn't
Take it,
seen
the
it.
other one. Take a guess. The other one.
Keep going.
What was that?
Come on, you're close.
Damn,
Where you been?
that stupid disaster movie, the one before it.
Oh, you got it. Meet the Spartans.
Meet the
Meet
Spartans.
the Spartans.
There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I tried to
yeah.
erase it from my head, Corey. Thank you.
Well, sorry to bring it back
Meet
up.
the Spartans.
If
Okay,
we
well, that
suffer,
was
you
it?
suffer.
That was horrible.
Oh,
Hadn't
God.
seen The Love Guru, but,
Yeah,
So you didn't work the Love Guru. Then.
no,
don't do
didn't
it.
do that one.
Don't
So,
do it.
What's it like, man, having to see these movies 5 times, 6 times? I mean,
I can pretty much sing the soundtrack of Tenacious D and The Pick of Destiny.
we were talking about that. You saw that 5 times within 3
I think
weeks.
we
right?
screened it 5 times in 3 weeks.
Wow. Now, why do they have screenings 5 times for, like, let's say, a movie
I'm
like that?
assuming that we always kind of joke that they want to show it to everybody in Austin so that nobody's left to buy tickets. But I'm
that was the
assuming
case with that.
it just depends on the film and how much they're trying to market it. I don't fully understand why, but there are some that literally will do 4 to 6 times in the course of a few weeks.
Right.
Then there are other times, like V for Vendetta. I worked the screening for that a year before it came out at Button-Umathon. And then we did it like 2 times before it came out a year later. I mean, it was almost, I don't know if it was a full year, but it was months before it was going to be released. But yeah, it always seems like it's movies like Tenacious D that they want to just hammer the marketing on because, oh my Lord, I know every song. And in spite of what some folks would say, that is a musical.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
stop
no,
and
it
look at it as a musical,
It is.
it's a lot. You take it in a different context. I think it was even
I
Leon.
sort of liked it. Yeah.
I think it was Leon I was having that discussion with. He's like, it's not really a musical. I said, yeah, it's a musical.
Oh, he'll discuss your ass to death about something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Wait.
it's. I can buy that.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I was going to bring up.
Anybody want a beer, by the way? Call
I'll take
some
one.
oil. You want some?
I'll take some oil. I need it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll go into this with you right now. Speaking about the number of times there's a screening now, I know that Dark Knight at least had 4 or 5 screenings, right? And you'd imagine that's a film that really probably doesn't even need one.
All I know is that when that occasionally they pay me to show up. Currently we don't have the Warner Brothers contract in particular, but it's one I hope we get soon. But yeah, you would think.
Those movies are just critic proof. Honestly, any superhero movie.
Well, and there
would be
was enough
critic-proof.
talk before they even started screening it in Austin that it's a twist off co-host. Come on, use your robot arms.
I don't have robot arms. I use black magic to do this. Don't tell anyone.
Yeah, you see those little claws coming out of his body.
I know you were built with Kung Fu grip.
That's not all I'm built with, but that's for the ladies to know and you to never to
Look,
find out.
See, y'all were having such a good discussion. Yeah, it was so mature, and then I sit down, he decides to get all dirty again. I don't know what is wrong with him.
Sorry,
but
mature
has
bores
it made
me.
you more jaded? I mean, because when we see these movies, a lot of people say, "Why do you take these so seriously?" And I'm like, you got to understand, it's not that we're taking it seriously, and that's why I tell people, don't listen to us. I mean, look at us as entertainment, and we're not trying. At least I'm not. I'm not trying to tell people what to go see.
Right.
But
God knows I'm not.
no, don't listen to me. I don't know anything. I know what I like. I mean, even when I'm going off about a movie and saying, don't watch that movie, don't listen to me. what do I know? But I know that I've become I tell people, we see these same kind of movies over and over
Right.
again. And so, yeah, when we've seen it before, we do get a little more jaded because we see more movies than the average person.
I felt that maybe I have gotten a little more jaded. But when I was a kid growing up, a weekend for me was going to see multiple films at the local dollar theater. They got to know me by first name. They wouldn't charge me my $1 because they know they'd get it back on concession anyway. I'd go see 4, 5, 6 films if the timing was right in one day. And so it was always kind of like a little kid on Christmas opening those presents. You know, movies, I've loved movies, and there have been movies I didn't like, but there's part of me looking at folks who review movies in general. Once you start trying to make a living doing it, you do become jaded. You know, it's kind of funny. I'll go see a movie and listen to you guys talk about it. And to be fair, y'all, I probably agree with y'all about 70% of the time, maybe 80% of the time.
That's more than
I'm
average
sure
person.
with me it's 100% of the time,
Oh,
right?
shut the fuck
right?
up.
No, co-host.
Right? That was a yes, people. No means yes.
But it's fascinating to me to sometimes hear y'all tear down a movie that I sat and looked and went, you know, really? Y'all got that pissed off by it? You know?
I know.
It's like I was shocked after talking to you guys after the Mummy screening that it ended up with a rental. I thought for sure that was going to be some old bullshit.
Well, for a couple of people, it was.
And it was. But, you know, I can go to a movie like that. Was it like one or two? No. But I still had a good time. There's a certain part of seeing a movie that I think gets lost when you start having to review it and start looking at so many different movies all the time.
No, you're right. Ever since I started doing this, I mean, because the whole reason I started doing this, and co-host will tell you, I mean, he's been here with me a while.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why we hate each other now. But
right.
I started doing this as a scam to see free movies. I wanted, and I mean, I'm not lying about that. I started doing
A
this.
legitimate scam.
Yeah, a legitimate scam. I was doing
Quasi-legitimate scam.
A
That
public
makes sense.
service. Yeah, I did this as a television access show for a few years, and the whole reason I did this because I want to see free movies. And after a couple of years, I was saying, wow, I really don't enjoy certain movies as much as I used to. Before I started doing this, something like Jurassic Park, Terminator 2, those kind of things, I would see those like 4 or 5 times
Absolutely.
in the theater. And I would just like have
yeah.
the best time. I mean, even certain comedies, I would go Dumb and Dumber. Oh, man, I'm laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Now I feel like, wow, what happened to that guy that would laugh at that stuff?
Oh, what was the movie? I think my record probably seeing a movie in the theater was Backdraft. Because it was at
Backdraft?
It was at the Dollar Theater for months, absolutely for months. So all these other movies would come and go, and I'd go see them. I'm like, you know, it's only 5 o'clock. I'll go see Backdraft again.
Wow. I have to say Batman Begins, shockingly, was mine. You shouldn't be shocked, Corey, but
I'm not.
Yeah, I snuck in about 5. I think I saw that movie like 7 times.
Wow.
But
I'm
yeah.
trying to think, what is it for me? I think either Die Hard, because I was a little kid, and that was amazing because I had to get people to take me to that movie.
Yeah.
And it was rated R, and for some reason I saw that movie like 5 times in the theater
Yeah.
because somebody took me.
Oh,
but,
really?
Yeah. No, it was. But no, man, I do believe that now I would like to get back to how I used to be, and the only way I do that is through video. I will rent some of the worst shit on video and love it. I mean,
Yeah, he does.
Terrible movies. and
Laser
love it.
Blast? Yeah, there you
Laser.
go.
I love Laser Blast.
I love it too. I
Don't
blame
lie
you.
to the audience, Court. There's no legitimate film. It's all porn.
You got that mixed in there too. But
Of course, you got to have that.
yeah,
You're
that's-
not a man.
But I don't
unless
need
you
that
have
on video. I got the internet now. Internet, the greatest invention in the world.
That's right.
For porn. No, no. I tell you, man. I do rent some really bad movies, and I see some movies that I thought were bad in the theater, and I've actually liked them when I saw them at home. Yeah. And I'm always, because I tell people, look, do I change my opinion on a movie? All the time.
I'm like that with comedies. I don't know why. A good majority of Will Ferrell's movies, if I sneak into a theater and I watch it, I'll end up hating it. But if I see it on cable by accident, For some reason, I start laughing my ass off, like somebody put acid in me or something. I start going nuts. Yeah,
You just drink antifreeze or something?
I don't know what it is. Yeah,
I think the movie Step Brothers, which I hated. I despise that movie. Now, if I see it at home,
That's the one that just came out, right?
yeah. I might look honestly. I might change my opinion. I might be like, that's kind of funny because I don't have to sit there and watch it the whole thing. The only thing that I saw again, I hate to keep harping on this, but I saw Meet the Spartans on a plane. And I saw some stuff that I'd even missed, and I was like, "Oh my god, this movie is much worse than I even imagined."
I would have been arrested for domestic, air violence or something.
Exactly.
I'm taking this motherfucker down. Nah, man. So I mean, but you still enjoy movies. I mean, you still kind of think, "Wow, this is kind of a privileged position to be in because I get to go see these movies for free, even though you don't get to see them in the best conditions all the time."
Right.
I mean, you got to stand up a lot of times. You don't really get to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, you're not actually watching the film, you're watching the audience, but it actually gives you a different perspective as well because you're doing a lot of your watching with your ears because you're going up and down the aisle, screening the audience, things of that nature, and so you're hearing what's going on. And every once in a while, you'll hear something, and you just have to turn and look at the screen and go, "What?"
You know what? That's funny. You're like the Daredevil of movies now. Your senses have built up through hearing from watching movies.
You're wearing a white jumpsuit with stars, and you got a big white helmet.
No, man, this is pretty fascinating because we've never been able to sit down and talk about the nuances of your job, which are very compelling to me. I mean, because really, like I said, I thought I had a different experience. You have a way different experience. I mean, do you ever find yourself like the Pick of Destiny? Did you have to put that movie together in your mind in pieces just by what you saw throughout that 5 times seeing it through 3 weeks?
That movie was just special because if you're going to see something 5 times, you, especially in the way I do it, it's not horrible because you are catching it in pieces.
Yeah.
But because that was a musical, everything sticks in your head.
Exactly.
It's like listening to that last song you hear before you get in the car to drive to work or you get out of the car to go into the office. You start singing that song. Dude, I'm sitting here walking up and down singing Mozart, can't you see here's a man who deserves your applause. He is. And I know the words to that song. And there's part of me that's very, very ashamed that I know those
I'm
words.
sure there's some kid walking by you going, is he singing that stupid song from Pick of Destiny? What a loser.
Exactly.
No, there's no shame in that. Now, if you had watched that at home until you memorize it, that's a loser move right there.
It comes on now. If I'm laying around, nothing else is on, and it's on, oh, sure. I'll
Yeah, I know this left and right. You do.
Oh, my God.
It's like the Rocky Horror Picture Show for you get a performing with it at home.
Right.
No,
I guess
and I have and it's bad too because of my family background. I very musical grandparents and father, and so I've always had a thing. I enjoy a musical. Like The Producers comes on, I can't turn that off.
You talking about the
the
Mel
original,
Brooks?
right?
The original, the
Mel
movie
Brooks.
that just came
The
out.
remake too?
Oh, yeah.
Both.
You
Either
like
one,
the
huh?
remake?
I for what it was, absolutely.
See, I'm a huge fan of that
Broderick and
original. I
Lane
can't
nailed
do
it.
What?
Co-host like some with no blood in it? What?
I like the original. Hey, the original Mel Brooks Producers is genius. Gene
Actually,
Wilder.
it's great, man.
There's no way. I mean, Gene
That's a hard
Wilder.
one to
You
remake,
cannot.
man.
You cannot. Exactly. You cannot replace any performance he's ever done. Like the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
Johnny Depp, forget about
yeah,
it. He was
two
terrible.
totally different movies.
Yeah. And
Well,
I
to be
just
fair,
can't-
co-host, I've
don't
never
touch it.
actually seen the Gene Wilder original for that one.
Okay,
I'll go rent it.
You need to rent it again.
But yeah, I mean,
be smart.
Those songs, I know those as well.
So if nothing else,
It's an addiction.
You are a musical movie lover now, just by circumstance.
Right.
Yeah, no, I like musicals too, man. Chicago's one of my favorite movies.
I don't. I still haven't seen that.
Yeah, you like the producers, so I'm glad.
Yes, sir.
Now, of course, the obvious question here is, what's the worst incident that you had? I mean, have you actually had to manhandle somebody and pull them out the theater?
Anything where the real cops are actually involved.
Oh, look at you, man.
It's never gotten that far, fortunately. The most folks, the worst things have ever gotten, we've asked some folks to leave and
They
escorted them out, and that's about it.
And they're cool, usually?
No, they're.
Well, let's hear that. What happened?
Well, no, I mean they're yelling, "You're a dick, you're a cocksucker," whatever. Calling
you
my
heard
mother
it all,
names.
huh?
Yeah, but I mean that doesn't bother me. It's like, yeah, well, I'm in here, you're out there.
Yeah,
bye.
exactly. Yeah, you're throwing them out. Who
Right.
cares?
Your mother blows penises for $2. How dare you?
You know, I sometimes wonder if you split open co-host head, if there's not just 1,000 little pussies running around in there.
That and blood, man. It's just all
All
it is.
pure comic genius.
There's a couple of breasts running around in there too. So. That's the first time I've ever heard you describe like that.
What?
There's 1,000 little pussies running around in your head.
Well, hey.
Vaginas.
But JJ,
Yeah, vajayjays in your head.
Call 'em what you
The vajayjay 3000.
I call it pure gold.
Now, you know something? Like you know what to do with that. Now, I have a question here about an incident that happened, and I think you were there for it. And the manager took care of it at the theater, but I don't know if it was handled right. I think maybe you should have handled it. There was a guy, and he was wrong, but I don't think I need to go to this level. He took a popcorn bucket out the trash can and went and refilled it at the concession stand.
I heard about this.
Yeah, no, that's got a.
I wasn't at this one, but I've heard about it.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Now, what happened was,
And this,
well,
not to disparage the innocent, but if it is the person I believe it was, he's a pain in the ass anyway.
well, okay, I don't think it is. I know because this guy was not a regular.
Oh, okay.
No, I you know what? I know who you're thinking of, but without you even saying it,
There's already a culprit.
yes, and no, it was not him.
Okay.
No, it was a guy I hadn't really seen before. The manager came in and said, "Oh, did you take that out the trash can?" Make this whole thing out of it. Is saying almost like he was stealing, which he was, but he's like, "It's a popcorn tub." Now I would have said, "Hey, this is how I would have handled it." I would have said, "I know you did this. There's people in here that don't want to cause a disturbance. Go ahead and throw that away, and don't do it again. And if I ever see you doing it again, and you're banned from the theater." But it turned into this whole thing where the guy got kicked out, and then when he was on his way out, he picked up his little girl and hit somebody on who uses a cane, you know, and then that turned into this guy attacked me with his little girl. Like he uses little girl as a weapon, and then the police are called, and it's all in the hallway, and it's this big deal. Now, I mean, did this go out of proportion? Did this go crazy? This is
again, you're dealing with a crowd that doesn't understand that they're getting to see a free movie. You know, we're joking about the bad regulars, but there are some good regulars. I mean,
there's a lot of them. The majority of them, I would say, cool.
And I would say proportionately, there are more bad regulars than there are bad non-regulars, you know, folks that are coming for the first time or have only done a screening or two.
Really? So you think? Wait a minute. So out of all the regulars that come there, now I don't because
I think proportionally there's more a-holes or assholes. I keep forgetting this isn't family friendly. I think proportionally there's more assholes in the regular group.
See, when I come in, I'm just friendly with everybody because I got nothing to lose. It's not my job. They say hi, and I've seen them for years, and they're cool. But that's interesting to hear that from you. You think that a lot of them give you trouble, and a lot of them just assholes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not the first 20 to 30 regulars.
Mm-hmm.
There are other people that just that are always kind of in the middle of the. See, that's the funny thing is there's another group of regulars that you probably never see because they let the press in first.
Yeah.
They let y'all go get set up, get situated, which makes sense. You get to go see it in the position you want to see it. It helps you give a good review. But there's another set of regulars that comes in after about the first 100 people that know to get there an hour beforehand, hour and 15 minutes beforehand, and they're the ones that tend to be problematic.
They're called the Black Widows. They come in with the leather jackets, leather hats, with the chains. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Daddy-O, you want some trouble?
Motorcycles are parked
I thought Corey
outside.
was the Black Widow.
I'm the original Black Widow. I'm the troublemaker.
You spread fear throughout the land.
So camera phone cop. Why am I talking with an Asian accent?
I don't know, Corey. I was just trying to figure that out.
I saw that Black Widow had
You're starting to grow a Fu Manchu there.
I just thought that I thought that they kind of got it after all this time, after years of coming, that they would say
They know how to
"Don't do-"
manipulate the system. Is the problem?
Look at
you
this.
know the person who's always sitting in the wheelchair seating. That's one of my middle regulars. You know, and they just know how to work the system to their advantage, or they'll show up late knowing there's no way they're going to get in, and demand to get a free ticket to another movie.
I've seen that actually happen.
Oh yeah, they'll come up knowing that they're not going to get to see it because they got there late, and they demand like it's the theater's fault that they didn't get to go see the movie that was being screened.
And you know what? I think there are websites dedicated to things you can do like that to get free perks.
Scamming in a way.
Out of restaurants, movie theaters, you name it.
Well, you know what the
Because
worst
I've been
part
on
of that is? You know what the worst part of that is?
What?
Is knowing most of the theater managers in this town. If you come up and you're like, you know, I just bought $20 worth of concessions. Is there anything you can do for me? Most of the theater managers in town, if you're cool to them, they'll be like, you know what, go, please. You know, you bought your concessions. Please go see something else.
Right.
But as soon as you come up like, why the fuck you give me these tickets and I can't go be seeing no movie? They're like, you know what? Bye.
Yeah.
You know,
Was that an Eskimo accent, by the way?
No, that was the fat black woman.
Oh,
Why you gonna do me like this? I got my popcorn.
I just making sure.
And the bad part is sometimes that's white middle-aged men that sound like that. Seriously.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have no concept. You're already in there in your comfortable seat in the air conditioner and watching your film, and I'm getting to deal with these people.
Oh man,
Kevin Federline doing this.
why you ain't letting
What
me
the fuck?
Hey, I got to tell you, man, you and poor High, man. I do respect the position that you're in because High is one of my best friends, man. He's this guy. He works a lot of the screenings, and this is where I've seen it happen with him. He tells me all this stuff. When we go eat dinner, he's like, man, I had to deal with this woman who she gave me a lot of shit. I had to give her a ticket to get her out the theater to something else.
Wow.
And I mean, you guys, I got to respect what you do because you deal with a lot of shit.
You're lucky I'm not working there. I just beat him up
And this is a
ask what
free
happened later.
movie. Remember, folks, these are free movies.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess the regulars, like you say, they lose concept of that. They've been doing it for so long that they feel like I've done this long enough. I'm entitled to.
We must
come
never
in.
forget that people are assholes. All right, there are a lot of them out there.
Speaking of assholes out there, you guys want to do some email?
Yeah.
Sure, what the hell?
All right, why not?
Well,
Your
before we
show,
move,
Corey.
no. You know, it's him and ours. Yours, no. You
Hey!
just so.
You just sit over there and robot co-host.
Yeah, exactly. Do what robots do. Just sit there and
I've
shut
been
the fuck
working
up.
here for like 50 years.
Danger, Will Corey. Danger.
Hey, well, before we move on to email, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about? Any other points of discussion? Because this has been really cool, man.
Hey, well, if you're going to go see a screening, don't be a dick and don't try and record the movie. I like my job.
Ah,
Yeah.
you
Well,
go.
that is your job. You go in there and pull those people out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're going in there doing that, don't be stupid and get caught.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
a dummy. You deserve to get caught.
You're taking a
terrible
picture of Jessica Simpson or Jessica Alba, whoever. You
Well,
know.
and the worst part of it is that these studios have lots more money than anybody in this room will ever have combined in their entire lifetime, and they will win.
Exactly. You can't go
If
up
I have to
against
pull
them.
you out, you've already lost.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? What you gonna do?
You can badmouth me, you can sue me, you can do whatever you want to me, and you may win. But I can promise you, if they catch you video recording a movie or taking pictures or audio recording, they're going to win.
Now, what are the chances of going to jail? I mean, do they just fine you?
The
Do they
studios press charges.
They-
Absolutely.
they do?
Yes, they press
So
charges.
they ain't fucking around.
Yeah, no, it's in
There's
our
no
manual.
urban legend,
It's
though.
in our manual. We carry with us. You call the police first, and you notify the the studio immediately.
Wow.
Because the studio is going to send somebody down to follow up all the paperwork.
Now you're scaring me.
Hey, co-host. Hey,
Hey,
you better
you
be
didn't
careful.
see nothing, Corey. You be quiet.
Got
over
some
there.
blackmail material on you. I've been the blackmail. Will blackmail you? No. So I didn't know how serious that was because a lot of people they think I've even heard people say this. They haven't done it, but a lot of people say, "I wish they would catch me with my camera phone, even if it's on. All they're gonna do is just tell me not to do it again." And I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, generally what will happen is these days the reps actually are pretty cool about letting me make a follow-up announcement right before the movie starts. And, I explain, look, if it's on, you're gone. And once you actually stop everybody in the theater before the movie starts and put them all on notice, then things tend to work out okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, man. So have you ever seen anybody go to
and
jail?
for the record, folks, telling me that you have a sitter for your child, you have to have your phone on, and then saying, I'd rather have my phone on and know if my child needs me than see this movie, then my opinion is, well, why didn't you hire a babysitter you could trust to take care of your baby?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or better yet, if it's that important to you, you don't mind going back home to your baby.
Right. I mean, somebody got so insistent. Well, I have to leave my phone on. My 2-year-old's with the sitter, and it's like, well, did you put him with someone that knows how to call 911? I mean, this is coming from the father of a now 9-year-old.
Yeah.
I understand. There's a lot of things go through your mind and stuff like that. But really, if you have enough of an issue, you can't be in phone contact for an hour and 45 minutes, or it makes you nuts. Well, first of all, what would you have done if you'd had 10 years ago and cell phones weren't popular?
Smart, always thinking.
Clever.
And second of all, seriously, put somebody who you feel can deal with an emergency. Otherwise, why the hell are you letting them watch your kid?
There you go.
There you go. See, people, don't be stupid out there. If you got a kid, you
and the
lost
worst.
all your freedoms.
And I've just gone ahead and started telling people this before the movie starts. If you get up, run out of the theater, and I have a guard out there, all the screenings require it, and you answer your phone, we know your phone was on in the theater.
Yeah.
So we're going to tell you to just go ahead and take your call on out to your car.
And
That's some Batman detective work.
Call
right
your,
there.
take your call on home. Yeah.
Ah.
See, this is why he's the head nigga in charge here.
Right.
and in response to what you were asking before all that, though, is the phone being on is not going to get you thrown in jail. It's if we catch you with copyrighted material.
Yeah.
You know, theoretically, we could have really strung that kid out who took a picture of Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
Having your phone on, you're just going to get thrown out of the movie.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Gotcha, man. It's serious business. There you have it. This is what we have you right here for, to let people know that you can go to jail behind this. Or even if you don't take any material, copyrighted material, pictures, videotape, you can get kicked out. Mm-hmm. So no funny business here, people. Listen to this man.
No one is above cinema law.
Exactly. No one is above the law. Who do you think you are? You're nobody compared to this man. You're
Watching
no
dumb-
one.
Yeah,
You're
watching
no
dumb
one.
movies.
You're nothing.
He ain't got nothing.
What do you think? You
Hey,
think
Corey, why are you texting me, man? I'm right here.
Hey, you no texting during
I didn't take no
recording.
text. I
Corey.
took a picture of you.
It's against the law.
Are you copyrighted material?
Depends on what you're going to use that picture for.
Oh,
I may be copyrighted, way copyrighted.
But you wouldn't blame me if I was like taking all kinds of pictures of Jessica Alba during whatever movies.
Well,
right?
he wouldn't blame you.
I
if
wouldn't
you-
blame you.
You wouldn't
I'd throw
blame me,
out
right?
and send you to jail, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't
hey,
blame
he's got a
you.
job to do. Yeah, he wouldn't blame you, but
He's like, can you blame me? Look at her. Look at what she's doing up there.
okay.
My
let me-
job versus your stroke material.
Yeah, exactly.
I win.
Let me ask you this: I wouldn't blame you if you feel like it's worth going to jail for. How about that?
If Jessica Alba does a full-on nude scene, I will be more than happy going to jail for 40 years.
When that Nazi
I
has
will
you
be
bent
fine
over,
with that.
Hey, co-host, when that Nazi, I'm sure you got a hole somewhere on you. You know, let's just say theoretically, you go to jail.
Yeah.
I hope you're thinking about Jessica Simpson with a strap on, doing you in your hole when that Nazi, that big ass Nazi, gets a hold of your ass, and that
Never.
big ass gang member,
Never.
whatever it is.
Never.
Is that worth it
Do
to
the
you?
Aryans not like the robots? I don't know. You know, that's a
I
good
think
question.
the robot race. I think they don't like. I think they just hate everybody.
I'm
but
gonna,
in
get,
jail,
I'm gonna find somebody with a magic marker and make a little Hitler mustache on me. I'll download some Hitler quotes and I'll be fine. I'll
talking
be fine.
really
Don't worry
bad
about
German.
me.
Hey, Flinsky.
Flinsky, Schultz, und
Schiemenheimer.
I know nothing.
Nothing.
All right, now how do we go into Hitler talk here? What the hell?
I
It's
don't
time-
know. You
it's
brought it
time
up, Corey.
It's time to go into some email because we got the movie Nazi up here. Right? Fascist. Okay, here we go. We
Okay,
got.
so Corey doesn't want to see any more screenings.
I know.
You're messing up
Uh-oh.
already.
The SS is here.
You're messing with the Charles Bronson, the movie screenings. Yeah.
I know. This guy's a Clint Eastwood. He's the Dirty Harry of piracy. Okay, let's go ahead and get into some email.
Yes.
All right, let's see.
Yes, no. Corey's not like that. Yes.
Super
am I?
duper email.
Okay, here's some email directed towards you, co-host. It says.
What did I do?
It says,
Never
hey,
saw it.
I can't see this screen too well 'cause I'm far back, so I'm going to try and read this as best as I can. Hey, I've been wanting to ask you a question. In the last couple of weeks, I've really fell in love with this site. I've been downloading old stuff, and I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I really love what you guys do. I'm going to paraphrase right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says, anyway, I've been wondering, what are you guys' feelings about co-host? Because sometimes it sounds like you guys can't stand him. Specifically, Oscar. On the Oscar pool thing that we did. It says specifically on the Oscar pool 2008 video. And it says, anyway, I'm just curious. Peace and happiness later. I like the way he says, do we not like you? And peace and happiness.
You know, I'm gonna take this one because I just got to know co-host tonight, and he's an ass.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, he's a nice enough guy, but he's an ass.
Hey,
You
it's
know,
better to be- hey,
he's
it's
that drunk uncle that you always you see at family gatherings, and he's okay the first hour, but once he's gotten into the booze, he just turns into a completely different
dare
person.
you,
Yeah,
sir?
exactly.
You walk into
I
my
know.
house and talk to me like that? I'd rather be an ass than look like an ass. I don't care who you work for.
You see what I deal
You
with?
son of a
You see
bitch.
what I have to do
Hey, why
with
don't you
here?
give this guy free popcorn and get him out the door, Corey, all right? Coming in here and
Kick him out of here. Huh?
My kingdom.
Okay, now to answer that question on my part, we don't always get along.
Why don't you like me, Corey?
It's not that I don't like you. It's just
He
that,
loves
like,
you.
as he said, you're an ass, man.
heard
And
that.
you are not the easiest person to get along with.
How am I not the easiest person to get along with? Just because I express my opinions and I disagree with you guys all the time and
You
think
are-
whatever comes out of your mouth is dumb, I'm the bad guy?
maybe just a little bit too honest is what I'd have to say. You don't make the best first
Honesty
impressions.
is the best policy, Corey. I read that on the internet.
Not in your case. Not in your case at all. You don't
Come
know
on.
that you don't have a balance. But co-host is a necessity. If I cannot get anybody else to do anything with me, I can always call on the co-host. Co-host and I have been around for years. A lot of people don't know the story about you, co-host. Now this is the broadcast where people are gonna learn about you, because there's been a
All
lot
right.
of speculation of what's happened, because a lot of people put lies out there.
People have plenty of theories, a lot of rumors going around.
When I was
Never did those things to Katie Holmes.
Tell you
Don't
what,
care anybody says.
I was friends with yeah, I'm on stereotype here because that's just the way the story is. I was friends with an Asian kid, guy when he was young, back when I was in high school. The guy wasn't even in college yet, playing around with stuff, talking about I'm gonna build the first talking robot. And he actually built a machine with a little bit of a consciousness, soaked up a lot of verbal skills from his surroundings. But for some reason, your skills came out being permanently on smartass. And there was nothing he could do with you. Guy moved on to go to MIT. Working at MIT, one of his greatest creations is probably you, but he couldn't even stand your ass.
You mean my father?
Okay, wait. Oh, well, I did.
You meant my father?
You didn't know you were Asian, did
I
you?
thought I was Mexican. I'm Asian now? What the hell? I thought the Mexicans put me together.
Yeah.
So I got all this duct tape all around me on the back end here. What?
Oh, he
When he's
thought-
rolling down the road, you hear da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, we got rims on him.
Old English lettering on the back.
Like,
Why I always
yeah,
had a
flames on his
fascination
side.
with fancy rims. But an Asian guy put me together?
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but Asian guy put you together, man. He's out there somewhere. He doesn't want to have anything to do with you anymore.
Doesn't want my creator,
You
my
were
father doesn't want
you
anything
were a
to do with me?
disappointment. You weren't the intelligence that he thought you would be. He's working on a different version right now, but you were seen as a failure, which is why he will not have anything to do with you.
So I'm like just all the scraps that kind of just rolled all together and created me?
You're the shit that rolled down the leg.
You be quiet!
I hate to tell
Corey!
you that it
Saying ain't so, Corey.
happens.
Well,
man.
you know what? Screw him. I don't need him. Hey, I know who I am. I'm awesome, all right? And all my opinions, they're always right, all right? So you, Corey, yeah, that's... I gotta do some research.
I know you're
about
hurt.
this.
I know you're hurt, man.
What
But
are
don't
you
worry
talking
about it. Don't worry
you
about
never
it.
met my father. You don't know him.
We still love you, co-host.
Trust your
What is
emotions,
this
co-host.
love? What is this love you
You
speak of?
you know this to be true.
No, it's not true. I know it to be not true.
But hey, you're good enough for us. How about that? We put you to good use.
All right.
Maybe someday he'll come back and see you.
Maybe one day you'll grow up.
Someday.
Okay. Now, here's another question here that this guy. It's not even a question. I don't even want to say this kid's name because it's some serious shit he's
Say it,
thinking
Corey.
about.
Say
no,
it.
I would not say it. But I've been having this discussion with this guy who's been. Now he says this. Now you tell me. First of all, you tell me what you think about this. This is a serious email. This guy said, my friends and I want to make a porn film, and we have the girls to do it. And the reason why I want to do this is because I want to be a writer, and I want to have material that will give me. I want to have good material to write with.
Well, what
That's
are
a-
you waiting for?
Yeah,
Do
that's a
it.
kid that wants to be in porn. He wants to get laid.
Hey, that's what I said.
He
said,
does want to get laid. Yeah.
Yeah, do you? Okay, let me seriously tell me this. Do you buy this whole thing of I want good material for writing?
Well, number one, I really don't buy that.
Well,
He
it
has the girls
depends.
lined
If
up.
it works, he needs to call me and let me know because I missed out a part of my childhood.
Exactly. How did you do it? I mean,
Any
kids-
kid putting this together, I have friends that want to do it. What? I think he's lying. Yeah, it sounds like he's lying to me. But if
What
it
the
is
hell
true,
is that movie where they're going to make the porn?
Oh,
that's,
the girl next door?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like this. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna tell you my opinion.
Let's assume it's true. All right.
Okay, let's assume because I told him. I did say this. I said this isn't real. That was my first email.
Right.
I said, man, this is not real. Good try. And he came back and said, no, it's real. We would seriously want to do this. So if he's taking it this seriously, okay, I'll go
I
along.
wonder, are they waiting to ask Corey to be a stunt cock?
Oh, I hope not. I think that's
All of a sudden, it's a white penis and it's traded out with a black penis.
Yeah. Corey will
Stunt
get arrested.
cock.
And yeah, the next day somebody's going to click on spill and it's no longer going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a black penis with a mustache. Hey, that doesn't look like that last penis. No, I just told this kid. I said, look, man, you do not need to do porn to have good material for writing.
Hey,
Now-
Corey, y'all
yeah.
keep talking. I'm going to run outside and see see if Dateline.
Exactly. No,
Exactly. There you
no,
go.
the guy's like 20 now, so it's not like it's not.
Now,
like
when the hell did you start talking to this kid?
Oh, when he was 15. No, no, I didn't. No. Hey, what are you doing?
Talked him into it.
I'm the one that told him. Yes, video cameras are very cheap these days.
What a super duper idea, kid.
No,
Man, you can go places.
No, I was talking to him when he was like 19. Now I think he's 20 now, and I just said,
Okay.
"Look, man," I said, "Don't do this. All right? I mean, you just want to get laid. That's all it is."
So
I mean, let's be
basically, you're
honest.
telling me he's going to do this so he can have something to write
Yeah,
about.
and I'm saying, if you really,
His
I
whole
say-
purpose for making a porn is so that he has material to
Exactly.
Oh,
I'm like, damn it, you can't go out to the ER unit at your house, or
Yes,
you can't
yeah.
go. I mean, you can't even like.
write about. It's a great angle. If I was 19 again and unmarried,
Okay, you're not
I wish
helping
I'd
here,
have
man.
thought of it.
You do it, huh?
You were not helping here at all. God damn it.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what, Corey. The brute strength of reality will kick in as soon as all of them are there in that room.
Yeah.
And they have to get naked.
Yeah.
If they can like somehow get past that major part of this whole thing,
The girls all
then
go-
then
all
we'll
go.
see. Yeah, then we'll see if it actually falls through. God knows these are still stupid kids. One kid's a little subconscious about his,
About his
big
belt,
ass,
his
big
love
ass, and
handles
his
and-
chunky ass love handles, watching all them damn movies.
This
And then
kid
the
might be a
girls all
stud.
go Katherine
The girls will
Heigl.
start
I'm
laughing.
not taking my clothes off.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing
As
here
yeah.
to act with.
As soon as the first girl starts crying, as soon as that camera's in her face, telling her more feeling, then
like you said, the reality is gonna hit.
Reality is going to get hit very hard, and it's going to be very awkward.
Well,
for
then you
all
know
of
what? He'll have his writing material. Look, if you're gonna do it, do it. I got nothing against pornography. I tell people I watch pornography. Okay, I don't want little kids. I'm not a role model. Okay, but I'm not encouraging you to go out and do bad things. But I have nothing against it. That's me. I'm being honest. But do I encourage people to go out and do it? No, don't. I mean, no. I mean,
that is just going to be another.
That's a niche market.
It is going well. It's going
it's
to
a
be
$1 billion market. Hey, this kid may be a billionaire by next year. For all I know, I'll
Hey,
be like,
porn's a big reason HD and Blu-ray the battle finally.
yeah, I'll be like, shit. I'm sorry, I told you no.
It'll
But-
probably be creepy to some people. The older you get, and if you feel like telling that story about what you tried to do at one point when you were younger, it may be. I mean, to some people, it may be interesting. To other people, it may just be embarrassing. They'll probably feel sorry for you. But you know what? The thing is, that's what's great about life. When you're that age, you're allowed to make stupid mistakes, like let's say like that. And hopefully, once it's all over and done with, maybe you'll learn something about yourself. Your friends will learn something about themselves, and you'll eventually decide if that's something that you want to keep going with as far as aspiring to be a porn star. Nobody aspires to be a porn star. I can guarantee.
I'm sorry. As much as I don't have anything against porn, as much as I might watch it or do whatever, I do not think that's a lifestyle to try to strive for.
It's
I'm
always
sorry, I
an
don't.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? This kid should do himself a favor and try to look up some porn star biographies and see how they got into it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I guarantee you, a majority of the time, it's always by accident. It's always another goal. They happen to be at the wrong place, and somebody just preys on that weakness of theirs and takes them to another level.
What was the famous 70s? Was it Deep Throat?
John Holmes.
Oh, yeah.
Where she
Oh,
came
Deep-
out.
oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
She came out and she's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was forced into this, and this was not fun. This was not my idea. Now you have to be able to kind of look at it and go, well, okay, how much of that's true and how much of it's
Yeah.
trying to make up for mistakes in her.
Exactly.
But yeah, you never hear of a happy ending.
No.
Are you hear about somebody who was in it and then they got out and they do have a
out.
career? I think,
Right.
as a matter
Tracy
of fact,
Lords.
No,
She's-
in this day and age, the most scary thing is, and I may just talk like this guy right here now if these girls listen to this, but one of them may want to run for Congress. One of them may want to be president. One of them may want to be a CEO at a big company. And there's a porn movie sitting out there on the internet.
Thank you.
Paris Hilton. I mean, now granted, we
Just
all
wait.
know that those media whores did it so that they get more attention. But that shit ends up on the internet. You're not keeping that secret.
No. There's
And as
no
a matter of
such
fact, man, I would even say the reason why you don't want to do it, if you have a conscience, if you have a conscience whatsoever, and because he wrote to me and said, I want to see how awkward it is for these girls. If you really care for these girls, it's more detrimental for girls to be in pornography because chances are slim for women anyway. And if you really want to ruin their chances of doing something bigger later, do this.
Yeah, really. Who knows okay, granted, somebody out there knows the names, but I don't know who the dude was that was railing Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well,
But I know Paris Hilton.
That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a very good point, man. Yeah, man. Just it's so many bad things that can go wrong. And look, if you really want to do this, I can't stop you. I mean, if you're doing this to get laid and you think that's what you want to do in life, be a porn star, whatever, you're a guy. You may get off and do it and then get away with it later. Or you might be a porn star. Who knows? That might be a calling.
But you always remember.
Or your
that
dad may
sometimes,
walk in while you're filming.
Yeah, exactly.
He might
Always,
say, "Damn, son, I'm
like I was
proud of
about
you."
to say, always remember. Eventually, down the road, there will always be some kind of consequence because of
Yeah,
it.
and
Don't
I think
ever
that,
fool
yeah.
yourself.
And if you want to be a writer, if you sincerely want to be a writer and getting laid has nothing to do with it, then find inspiration somewhere else. I'm begging you, man.
You know what, pal? Look up the writers that you admire and look and read about their past. And I almost guarantee you, none of them, you'll never see porn star in the same shit with any
Hell, come hang
people
out with
you're
me
looking
and Corey
at.
at a movie screening and just observe those people.
Yeah.
You could get days of material watching these people.
Oh yeah, there's so many crazy people that you can look from afar. You don't have to put yourself in a situation like that. Anyway, you've heard all your father figures.
And
here,
you know,
so-
we've already seen every kind of crazy ass scenario. We've read about every crazy ass scenario dealing with porn stars, and it's old material.
Yeah, what can
Who
you do?
gives a crap? Yeah, what exactly can you do? If you tell me that an alien somehow came down from the heavens and all of a sudden started gang raping one of the girls, that may be interesting, but it ain't gonna happen.
You know, son, you hit on a good point. Pornography, be it for better or for worse, has kind of become
it's
mainstream.
it's
oversaturated.
lost
It's
its
on
taboo.
the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's lost its taboo. I mean, once that thing, 2 girls, 2 cups, hit mainstream and people can
Exactly.
laugh at that, it's not even shocking.
Y'all want
Yeah.
to hear something funny, co-host Corey? You know, I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it either. Don't want to
And
see
I
it.
don't have any
No, I don't
no
have
comment
comment.
to me whatsoever.
No
desire.
comment.
No, 2 girls, 1 cup. No desire at all. But have you noticed it's in mainstream movies now? People make fun of it.
People are talking about it.
You
Yeah.
can't do anything
Nobody
that's shocking
cares.
here, man.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. You know what? It's not interesting.
You want to do something cool? Go out and be homeless for about 3 weeks and live with the homeless and do
There you
something
go.
like that. I mean, don't do pornography. Yeah, you want to do something worthwhile? Do something hard.
To be honest, if you're just looking for an angle, write about the porn industry.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally were the deciding factor in the HD Blu-ray war.
There you go.
I mean, there is a lot of money in that industry that doesn't involve.
I told him to write a story about his dumbass friends trying to do it.
Yeah.
Don't you be involved in it.
You know what? That's a perfect. I was just about to say that you should just write about your whole experience, trying to figure out why you need to do this,
And
write
why
that,
3
write all
wise
that
men
crap
from
down.
Spill.com convinced you and showed you
Exactly.
the error of your way.
I'm not going to read it, but I know Corey's going to read it.
I'll read it 3 times over.
Hey, look, there's my name.
Write about me. Shit, yeah. Anyway, so we've come up past a little bit of an hour. This is going to stop recording any minute now.
All right.
Camera phone cop, thank you so much. This has been wonderful. This has been a great experience here.
It's been a lot of fun.
No, this worked out better than I thought it would. Had a lot of fun talking to you. You gave me a little more insight on this whole thing that you do than I ever realized.
Hopefully we
has
can do it
happened
again
here.
sometime.
Yeah, a lot has happened here.
You are welcome here anytime. Anytime you want to do this. This is great.
Yeah. If I'm here alone, you're not welcome here. But if Corey's here, you're more than welcome here. You can drink all his beer.
Okay, now you see why nobody likes him.
I just learned about my Asian father, apparently.
Sorry to shake you up.
And
Now your whole
I'm
world is
supposed to just
crushed.
deal with
Well,
this
what if
like
your
everything's
Asian
all right?
father's Jet Li? Isn't that okay?
No.
I can tell you what,
he's in
his
the Mummy,
Asian father
crying
was
out
no
loud.
Jet
No,
Li.
I'm
I can tell you
ashamed
that
of him.
much. His Asian father, he didn't even know what a vagina was when I knew him. So anyway, that's it. We got to get out of here. Thank you guys so much. This has been the Couple of Cold Ones bonus. My gift to you.
Special edition.
Special edition, yeah. The platinum version. And so good night, everybody.
See you later, suckers.
Take care.